So, welcome today to Commune Blockchain Talenta.
Thank you.
This is our pre-Kryptonite interview. It's your first time with us today.
Correct.
So just so we can let people know, how would you like to share with us how Coinexis came about, or whether it was the project that came first and what brought you guys together?
Sure. Basically the idea came from, it's a funny story. I was moving with my girlfriend, a piggy bank,
Okay.
and it was in a condominium. She had a giant piggy bank in Bangkok, and it broke in the elevator, and the coins went everywhere. A total disaster. And in that moment, I was sitting there going, okay, I don't want to see coins again. We got back to our new apartment. I asked her, what are you going to just take them to the bank, get rid of them, and don't save coins anymore. Piggy banks, there's no point. She said, I can't take them to the bank. The bank will charge, and I have to roll them and this. And I said, what? The banks don't take them? Not really, and if they do, it's a big charge. And then I said, what are you going to do? She said, I'm going to count them and wrap them and go to 7-Eleven. So I watched her for a month taking 30,000 baht to 7-Eleven over this period of time. And I said, this is just stupid. And being from America, I was familiar with a company called Coinstar, which has been around for almost 30 years.
Okay.
And basic simple model was take coins, drop them in the machine, get a voucher, which you can cash out, or you can use at certain stores. I think they have 2 or 3 options, so limited. So for growing up, college days, not having enough money, buddies want to go out and have a beer, you'd take your coin jar, drop it in, and you'd be surprised. You thought you'd had $40, you'd have 150, 160. So it was kind of a fun thing to do, and people in America are quite familiar with the Coinstar model. And it's a very successful business. I think they have over 20,000 kiosks now around America. They have a few in Europe, and really no competition. And I was always wondering.
When did this first come about, roughly?
This is in 92, I think, as they were founded.
A while.
So Coinstar's been around quite a while. And so it's intriguing to say that there's a company that had little or no competition. 2, it's a multi-billion-dollar company now. And 3, why hasn't that happened out in Asia? And then I thought about it, and I said, in Asia, in Bangkok, in Thailand most specifically, even 5 years ago, you'd still use coins quite heavily. You needed them for the payphones, you'd use them for the transport. But now I see Asia, Thailand, Asia, here, digital money is becoming the only way, and coins are kind of getting held back. So I started doing research, and I started looking into it a little bit more, and said, there's a business here. And so I met with my 2 other founders, Michael and Stefan, both from Austria, and we started compiling an idea. Actually, I talked to Michael first. He's one of my partners with other businesses.
Okay.
And he said, I know a guy, Stefan. So Stefan came on board. He provided the link. He's 20 plus years in the gaming industry.
Wow.
Vegas, casino machines, kiosks, and he aligned us with our tech team that started working on the kiosk. And we wanted to take the kiosk to the next level to make it be able to handle dirt, water, sand, because most of the money that people have in their jars at home is pretty dirty, and also mixed. So we wanted to be able to teach the machine different coins. Okay. So we took this machine through a lot of tests. That's why we started working on this 2.5 years ago, and gone through multiple prototypes and self-funded till now. And that was kind of how it started. And then we wanted to look at taking it one step further and integrating the app, having a payment wallet. So we were going to go the route of a VC and just fund for a kiosk that would go in malls that would allow you to buy things, vouchers. But about the last couple months prior to when we were going to go see the VC, it came out this digital currency and crypto. And people started saying there might be a link there. Yeah. And I didn't understand staking. I didn't understand nodes. I didn't understand all of these things, as I was very old school with that, and I was kind of scared of digital currency. And it came to, actually, it fits quite well. So being able to take this model and push it out into Southeast Asia in general was something that we started working on. Okay. Yeah. And the team goes on and on. I mean, we've got a back-end team that does the digital wallets. They have quite a history in there. The kiosk builders have 20 plus years working on machines, so it's quite a good team. But we're still a startup, so I mean we're in the early stages right now.
Okay, cool. And you mentioned a wallet. What are the sort of functions would this machine do?
So you would come in with your large amassed coins. You can dump it in. The machine counts over 1,000 coins a minute, and like I said, multiple currencies. So if you had, mixed, we could do different ones. The airport model would probably be able to take 10, 15 different kinds of currencies. You drop it into the machine, and then once you're in that setting, there would be the options of you would be able to buy vouchers. You'd be able to buy our COEX token, which would be actually allow you to go on the exchange and buy other ones. So this would all be linkable. You would be able to have your digital wallet and just sit on it. So it's taking those coins and turning it into a digital asset. And the real interesting part is, the optimized vouchers. So people would be able to get more money for their buck. So they drop the coins in, and then they would have multiple merchants that would offer 10, 15, 20% on top of what they drop in. So this would be the optimized voucher approach. We're partnered up with a few other companies right now that are also helping us introduce to their 35,000 merchants. But each individual kiosk in each individual setting would have local merchants able to buy in there. So basically taking coins and giving it more value. We would like to look at it too of having reward programs. We see this thing branching out into other areas where you'd be able to reward people. Certain amount of money would come back to them, refunds or whatnot. But this is all in the setup right now. Cool. And also, very important, a lot of people just want to donate their coins. And so we have the CSR, the corporate social responsibility of having donations. So we'll have charities, organizations that will prominently display on there. So people, if they want to just take their coins, give it to a charity, they'd be able to do that quite easily. Because in talking to charities, there are quite a bit of people that drop their coins to them, but they have the same problem. What am I going to do with all these coins? Thanks.
Thanks for that. But okay, cool. So then it seems like you and the team have managed to cover quite a lot of ground doing that, where your target audience is now pretty much anyone, because it will encompass from F&B businesses to banks to social, from the airports, multiple different currencies. You could use it for vouchers, you could use it for your own coins, you could use it for crypto as well. Well,
we've had other people with coins, crypto, that have come to us saying we would like to also maybe partake in that. So we're working out deals maybe where we would be able to align or with the quick, swift button, click into their range so they'd be able to promote their token through that. We're looking at it because the main thing is you got to have the token has to have a value and has to have a long-lasting value and has to have perks. So you have to keep the hype behind the coin. So as we expand, we start in Southeast Asia and then the kiosks grow and go into the Middle East and Dubai, and then we get, let's say we tap into Australia and Europe. As we go and spread into other places, the value of the token will go up. And we also see it being viable because you can do P2P. You can send tokens to other people, or you could send vouchers to other people. And being that a lot of our merchants are global, we'd be able to, you missed your sister's birthday, you'd be able to send a voucher to her. So we want to start building this network of markets, shops, liquidity. If some people don't want to hold on to crypto, they can get rid of it. Some people want to buy crypto, but they haven't been able to. So one of our things is now everyone can crypto. It's just meaning the cleaning lady in a hotel who scoops all the change that people leave behind as a tip, saves it up for 2 weeks. She's a Filipino in Dubai. 2 months later, she's got a nice amassed jar. She goes down there, drops it in, and she could send that back to her family in the Philippines. So we want to open up this, give it the common person the ability to jump into the world. And there's a lot of people that just don't have access to digital currency, and they want to top up something. So that's another point, is that we are introducing just the stepping stone. Dropping coins in is just the first step. After that, you're able to top up any other way. But it gets people in the flow with it. And people that were scared to go into crypto will say, oh, it wasn't so scary. And it's low risk. I mean, if I saw, like I said, my sister with a credit card swiping and buying crypto, I'd be like, Rachel, slow down. What are you doing? But if I started dropping a jar of coins in, I'd be like, do whatever you want. Statistically, people with coins are much more willing to risk because it's, like I said, it has value, but it really doesn't have value until you know how much there is. And you talk to people now, and they just say, "Oh," you show them a jar about this big here, and you say, "How much money do you think in here is sing?" And they always guess 140. But in reality, this jar that we have in our office actually has almost $500 worth. So they say, wow, I didn't know that. So that's the other fun part, is that it's a fun machine to use.
Yeah.
Coinstar was great because you always guessed $60 and I'd have 140. 2 extra beers for my buddies.
So it's being very inclusive, whilst making it very easily accessible, and you're trying to do that via an ecosystem of some sort.
Well, plus think about it at the standpoint of, as coins go away, as cash goes away, we're kind of the low-hanging fruits coins. Coin reminting costs in most countries is astronomical. Australia last year spent $104 million reminting new coins. Okay. I don't know the exact stats for Singapore. Thailand's going through a process of reminting new coins for the new king, and they want the old coins back to remint the new coins. But they don't have a system set up, and banks don't really want to take the coins. Yeah. Here in Singapore, the banks don't want to take the coins. There are some machines you can use, and there is some ways to go around it, but it's quite burdensome and not fun.
Yeah, it comes with a charge as well.
And we want to make the coin spending fun, and we want to make it, like I said, the governments, if they see that it's very harmless in approach, we might be one of the first companies to like break into areas and show that crypto and this whole thing isn't scary. Sure. It's actually it's the way the world's going to go. Like it or not, people can sit back and say it won't go in this way or that way, but reality is digital currency will be the future, and it only makes sense to have that locked on the blockchain. And if you want to get people into it, you should introduce it in a way that's very comfortable and not have something where it's the scary thing,
Okay. And for you and the Coinexis team, what do you foresee upcoming in the next couple of months?
Well, I mean, right now, like I said, we're still very, very fresh and new. I mean, unlike most ICOs, however, we have 2.5 years behind us already, and we've self-funded up till now. So we're in a really good position. We actually have our kiosks ready to go into mass production. Okay. So our next phase right now is we're going through the funding rounds. When we get into more funding rounds, we're going to be pushing our first kiosks out. We're looking at also taking some of our prototypes and maybe introducing low denomination bills, allowing some, because a lot of people are saying, oh, it just takes coins. What if I wanted to use 2, 5? Yep. We're looking at this in different areas. We're looking at strategic partnerships, as we do want to. The way to expand globally fast is by having a franchise model. So our franchise model would allow people to come in at higher levels and say, hey, I know this network in Dubai, I would like to take 25 kiosks, a mall group, align us so that we wouldn't have to go and drop in with backpacks and run around and try to do it ourselves. We want to make it very open and offering investors that. With the staking option and having this alternative backdrop with the money is, mining is the proof of work. Proof of stake allows the higher end investors to actually participate in the funds that come in a reward program, however we set that up. So our next weeks, months is just basically fundraising and getting the word out there. And we would like to have 20 kiosks in Singapore out, our first demo model set up by the end of the year, early into next year, so that we can show people how it works. Yeah. Because all of the machines are connected to our main system. So from the main system, you can watch each of the kiosks. You can see when one's full, when one's running out of paper, when one's needs any, if it has an error or problem, they'd be able to go live right away and talk to the customer at the kiosk. Okay. So people seeing it set up and working would be a next step. And that's also part where we see people getting excited. Yeah. Because you put it out there and then it's real. For so many people, they don't believe it until they see it, which is really good for us because we have a physical machine, we have the app, we have it all done. We're working on setting it up so that it's just perfect. Yep. So that's the plan over the next months. Ahead is a lot of work. And we still have a lot of stuff we have to develop because it's as you're taking the wallet and then when we have to put it onto the blockchain, there's all this stuff that has to take place. And we're just setting all these things up now so that when it comes time, we're not caught with a delay.
Okay. Well, it all sounds very exciting. I can't wait to see the actual model in malls and airports very soon. End of the year, start of next year, you mentioned.
Yeah, it takes, the first ones, like I said, the prototypes take a little bit of time. The next one will be actually, because they're going to be out in the public, we have to do, a lot of time, spend a lot of time with them, push a lot of coins through them and test them out. But yeah, we're planning on, hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have at least 20 out there. right now looking at locations and whatnot. And I'm flying up to Thailand next week to also start working on it there. We'd like to launch in different areas at the same time.
Where it all first began.
Where it all began, back to the beginning.
Yeah. All right. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And we hope to hear very good updates very soon.
For sure.
Thank you so much, Roren.